It's all about that plant power here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Hopefully that's inspired you to go and transform your home. Now, as any chef will tell you, the best dishes start with the best ingredients, especially if these are homegrown or locally sourced, even better. Now, we know that vegetables, I'm talking about spinach, beetroot, cauliflower, broccoli, you name it. If they are locally sourced and you've planted them yourself, they've got a really amazing power, not only from a dietary and taste perspective, but they really can bind a community. And as you will soon find out, they really can get children involved in really putting the power back in the community in feeding people who are in need. Take a look at this. People are going back to basics when it comes to food gardens. More and more people are choosing to grow their own food gardens that are chemical-free and produce the highest nutritional value. Today I am in Lavender Hills at Levana Primary School, where a group of organizations have come together, led by Urban Harvest, to put together gardens for those who need them most in Cape Town.
I was very overjoyed when I first planted my first vegetables, and it's a pleasure to have a beautiful garden at our school.
When we planted these plants, I felt a lot of emotions. It was really brilliant to be part of the Earth Child project, and I'm really grateful to be in it.
So the skills that we're looking to impart is really getting down and dirty physical work in the garden for the youngsters to really get to know the plants, get to know the cycle of the plants, how they work, when they're planting, when we need to harvest. And it's really, the other aspect is the social skills involved with working in the garden, working as a group, and just really working as a team in really looking after the space.
I joined Earth Child projects at the beginning in the year, and then Etienne introduced us to Ben, and then he introduced us to the garden.
Ben, you set out to develop this outstanding garden for the community of Lavender Hill. How did this mission come about, and where did it all start?
So this is one of 350 gardens that we've set up around Cape Town, but this is an exceptional garden, a really special garden, because it's the fourth project that we've done with the real thing, and I can confidently say this is definitely one of our most beautiful gardens to date.
Anna, this is a very impressive food garden, but what motivated the real thing to get involved in this project?
So thriving health and wellness is really the very essence of the Real Thing health supplements. It's why we exist, it's what we do, it's what we put out into the world. But unfortunately, health is a luxury, and especially in South Africa, where we have around 14 million people going hungry every day. So the most meaningful contribution that we can make to the country is to sponsor these incredible food gardens in the places that need it most. Because we understand that a food garden is not just about growing food, it's about growing people, it's about growing communities. And that's what our mission is. For as long as the Real Thing is around, and for as many food gardens as we can create, we're committed to doing that.
This is a non-fee school, so we get funded by our food, the learners' foods, that gets funded by South Peninsula Feeding Scheme. But the food that is supplied is only for 250 kids, but we have more like 500 to 600 kids that gets fed by our school every day. And then we have the scenario when it's at the end of the month or close to the end of the month, we don't have any more food to feed our learners. So hence the food garden.
I definitely think that kids around Lavender, they can learn a lot about these plants, because for example, I eat a carrot. Why do you have to go to the supermarket to go buy a carrot where you can just grow your own?
There's nothing more rewarding than seeing the joy and surprise on people's faces. Everyone's heard of vegetable gardens, but they don't all look like this. They're not all thriving in this way. When a few weeks ago we did our first harvest, and just seeing the look on those children's faces, seeing those buckets full of fresh vegetables, and the teachers and even neighbors coming to the fence to say, wow, this is something different, this is something special. It's feeding people's tummies, but more than that, it's feeding people's hearts and minds. And if you look at these kids and you see how much they love being in the garden, how much they love harvesting from the garden, and how much they love eating fresh organic food from the garden, and working with the Earthchild team to learn in the garden and make the garden a living outdoor classroom, honestly, there's nothing more rewarding to me and for me than to see this happen.
When we work with nature, there is no end to her generosity. The Levana garden is generating a tasty, fresh, healthy diet for the school and community, creating a can-do culture that money on its own can't buy.